side. And this is full moon. This is the sun. The sun's light's going through the black hole. This is daytime out here. Daytime out here. Full moon. Full moon's out further because it's down and out. Works like this. The sun. All the planets on their tracks. Down and out. Down and out. You're moving out, see? Up and in. And when I first discovered this a while back, a few months back, I walked out for a break, turned on the TV, YouTube, and then Santos Benassi. And about 5 minutes later, he was mentioning the down and out. Down and out. But he's referring to cosmology and that. You know, zodiac sign, all that sort of stuff. And I knew exactly what he was talking about, and it worked with this model exactly. So you can't debunk this. That's what the moon does. It winds around this cone. In the science video I just watched, they're showing you this cone idea, and they're showing you how you get the elliptic curve round like this. So if you take a cone, run a flat strap around it without creasing it, it'll wind down like this. So you get this look here, and this is what we get when we see all our celestial bodies. When you see it so far, right? It's like our bodies. It's all nature. See, look, our arms only go to there. What's behind us? Well, it's night time. You don't see behind there. That's the other side. That's the dual system. If you can connect that. But it's not spherical. It came down to a flat earth. So, we've got this attraction going on. The centre of the vortex in the black hole. You get sucked in it. But on the horizon out here, it's a magnetic repulsion. So because we've all been created from in here, inertia, it's like the when you vortex water, there's a hollow spot in the middle. We're from out of there. We come out of there, and it's just the way it is. And so in this area around here, it's got all this action. The magnetic convergence point. We'll race back in here. Let's go back to the flat earth here. See, I've drawn it like this because here in our physical world we work with models like this. Capacitors. Well, you're seeing guys with their magnetic magnets, circular magnets. Earth is just exactly the same. And they'll wrap copper coil around them, turn it into a toroidal capacitor. So you've already got this flux going on in the magnet, right? And then they'll have another one in here and they'll start turning it. And a moving magnetic field gives us an EMF, an electromagnetic field that creates extra energy. Right? Well, this is the same as Earth, but we don't have the copper windings, do we? Ours is all based solely on magnetic fields. And so if you take this, so there's the centre, that's northern hemisphere, and that's the tropics. Then you've got the southern field, right? And these are equal. In which way? Equal, well, the copper windings the same length. Whatever you got wound in here will be the same as in here. Copper core, both the same resonance. Isos mean equal. Tropos meaning to turn and change. And this is what it's doing. The Earth's magnetic field goes down the tropics, through the ground, back up. Then it comes out, down, to the ground, back up. It's changing because on the bottom of Earth it's negative, on top is positive. So you've got the interaction of the magnetic fields through here, and the tropics is right there in the centre. And this is where all the magic happens. You're getting this extra, the trinity. It's I call it magic happening between these two magnetic fields. It's to do with religion. That's all written. All this is in the Bible anyway. It's all in religion. It's all spelled out. mythological stories, it all comes down to this one thing. But keeping religion aside. So we take a slice through here and turn it around and look, we're looking at it through like this now. So there's the Earth, atmosphere above Earth. This is Earth on this side. It's a dual system. Earth is the plane of inertia. It's come out of the black hole. And this is the magnetic field. So Earth is basically a capacitor. The magnetic field is coming out of the Antarctica, come to the tropics, get pulled down through the Earth, come back up here. They pass out, back past the sun. Some go into the sun to create the voltage. Others pass by, go to the tropics, come back down through the Earth, come around this way. But in between, this is a magnetic field, moving magnetic field, always moving. But it comes down here, it creates this one in the here. The EMF basically, because we don't have copper. That's the EMF, induced magnetic field. It comes up and gets pulled back into the sun. So now say you can got a positive and a neutral, negative phase or whatever. Bang, creating the sun. So once you've got the light created, the spark, you've got the magnetic field moving. Once you've got the magnetic field moving and the spark's there, it just keeps feeding each other. The spark will feed the magnetic field, the magnetic field will feed the spark. Then you can disconnect, or back in this case, you just disconnect the power supply, which got it going in the first place, and with the right resonating frequencies, it just works itself. That's how Earth works. So back here, we have to have a moving magnetic field. How do we get a moving magnetic field? So up until now, what we're doing now is we're moving, something's moving. So this outer ring can spin, or the inner one will spin. To get the spark, get the voltage, get the current flowing in the coils here. And it's always have to be moving though. But if we get the right resonating frequency, we'll get to a point, I think we can do now. You can disconnect that power supply and it'll keep spinning by itself. And it gives you free energy. It's on YouTube. The Indian guy's got little motors and stuff and he's doing it. It's spinning a magnetic field. So it can be done. He's shown it. But yeah, so well it's feeding itself, so you've got free energy there, haven't you? Just do it on a bigger scale. But the idea is to get it going with, well, it's always going to need something to get it going. Either it's pressure, getting the pressure up, bang, or whatever. But this is how it's going to work in the future. It's that induced magnetic field. And we've got it. Earth is doing it, if you understand the flat earth model. Spinning ball doesn't work at all because the sun's 93 million miles away. You have to have the sun here. The whole system works like that. It works with magnets, electrical circuits, everything. Can't deny the flat earth celestial navigation model. So what does a compass point north? Because it is the centre of magnetic convergence. The strongest magnetic point of a circle is at the centre of a ring magnet, I should say, is the centre. It is a vortex, the point of convergence, magnetic convergence, just like the black hole is, how Earth has come from. So it's always going to be pointing north and south, your needle, isn't it? And this is getting pulled back into there because it's so strong. See, this is getting pulled back into there because it's basically the opposite. So we know it as high pressure from the Arctics, high pressure from the Arctic. They rush to the tropics. science has got this straight across, so they're thinking it's going all the way over there. But because they must be measuring this field here, they're trying to tell you it's negative and positive, or south and north. They know Earth is negative, up atmosphere's positive. It's north and south is rubbish. They're both the same. Positive. I'll put that on there actually. South. South. North. North. South. South. North. North. That's what it is. South, north, north, south, south, north, north, south. They have to be. They're opposing fields. Opposing, and then you get the opposite coming in the middle. So they'll rush to the opposite. And that's how it works. They'll rush in, because they're rushing in, and that's rushing out. But with just the one system, north and the south, it just rushes in. That's it. It's over and done with. Gone. Earth's gone. No existence. This gets everything flowing. In case you haven't seen my other videos, it's like this. See, it's moving the celestial bodies in that gap. That's how the celestial bodies move around our Earth. This is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. And something else I've realised, there's no north and south pole on these magnets. Only the faces. That's north and they're south. They're both north. Put them together, they're repelling. No matter which way you do it, it's repelling. It's because they're sliced down the middle, there's south on this side, so we flip it over and put south and north, then you got the attraction all the way around, just like this. So there's no north and south here, just like there's no north and south here. It's south and south. North's in the middle, if anything. But the bar magnet's different. See, we get this magnetic convergence in the centre here, right? You've got to pull in the dead centre, but on this horizon out here, it'll be divergence coming out. But in a flat ring magnet like this, we get it's like this. It's more like this. You get the divergence coming out like this, and a suction down through the centre here. I'll show you. See, it's jumping. It's sort of jumping down the centre here. It wants to race to each side. See the jump? It wants to avoid that centre. It's going all the way up there actually. All the way up. Each time I do this is something different. It's always different. It's a bit strange. I don't know if you can see that. That's what it's doing. So, what have we got here? So back to the flat earth. So you've got the two forces, positive and negative, coming together to create the spark. You get the spin, black hole spin. Rolled it to positive. And then you got the full moon. Full moon's out here, behind the sun. This is regarded as the breastplate, this part. So full moons come down away from the sun, down and out, full moon. And it goes back up around to the other side into its face, where the sunlight's coming across the black hole. The full, I haven't drawn it here. The moon will be here, right in here. Neutral, you do not see it. It's phased out. It's a chemical reaction. It's not shadowed by anything, it's just phased right out. And you would have heard that Venus moves in the opposite direction. Well, no, it doesn't. Nothing moves in the opposite direction. The black hole spin is only one way. Everything moves one way. Venus moving in the opposite direction refers to it phases in the opposite direction. I think it's the only planet that phases opposite to all the others. It will be neutral back here at night for a few days, but it's full and right in the front of the sun. But we can't see it unless you, because of the glare of the sun. When cameras, you know, if you shade the sunlight, sun filters on your camera, you probably see it. But that's full Venus here, complete opposite. What else we got? Gravitational force is merely centrifugal acceleration into a magnetic convergent vortex. So we in creation are the opposite. So we're inverted. We're in the magnetic field out here. So gravity is, we're inside it. So it's pushing us back to the centre of mass. We are the centre of mass. No matter where we are on Earth, we are it, not Earth. Earth is a state of inertia. We always have to fall back to the state of inertia, back into the centre of the black hole. So no matter where we are, we'll have to fall back to the Earth, no matter what it is. This is why Einstein talks about relativity and a feather and a cannonball falling at the same speed. They're sort of right there because we're all falling back into that black hole. But like they say, it depends on pressure and size and all this other stuff to go with it. But anyway, at the end of the day, we're all falling back to the state of inertia, and we are the centre of mass. Everything is its own centre of mass. It's come out of there. Everything is all around us. We are the centre of the universe. So you've got a South Pole, not a North Pole. North Pole's back here. The tropics, that's the opposite to these poles. You've got that repulsion pushing back. So this is the sun and the sun and the moon. You've got this magnetic field going on where they're facing off all the time. All the celestial bodies, they're all facing off as they go around. Yep, you can't get in there. It's locked in this other outer magnetic vortex, and it sits there and turns, facing off each other. That's why they're disks. Disks facing off each other, always facing each other. It cannot turn. It'll be the end of us. Just like this as they turn around the black hole. All the celestial bodies face to the black hole. We are looking outward from within the black hole. Everything is all around us.